Okay. This first video is going to be about Traci, Braxton, and DJ Donovan Jones Jr. The body found in the Brooke pond there in the Baker Zachary area. I believe it was more the Zachary pond. I haven't exactly. Of course, I'm doing estimate and rough sketch notes. And I did inform y'all that I will be having an update within a month of his disappearance. His service was today at United Christian Faith Ministries there in the Baton Rouge area. I do know, uh, I do know him and his family. Knowing him from when he was very young, and me and I was speaking to uh with the godchildren that I, not with them, but someone else that used to be with me when I had the godchildren. Uh, at various activities, and I was letting them know. I was like, yeah, you remember the activities that we used to meet up at? I was like, yeah, you've met him before when he was young. And I was just sharing memories and what he said, and he was with his dad. Um, so he had both of his parents very involved with his life. His mother's side is highly active in the Pentecostal Church of God in Christ. Um, uh, God, so this video is gonna probably be a little deep. I'm gonna do my best to be under 10 minutes on this video, and I'm doing more of an astro intertwined with the facts. So if you can't keep up, you can book a session, or you can just keep re-listening to the video. But I'm not gonna go back and forth like too in detail about stuff that just like become a service. So me knowing this child, well, I knew him from like he was like elementary school. It's about the age, but I really knew his family. Like, let's say I've seen his family like before. Then okay, so because you know the Pentecostal is very big. You have convocations where you all meet up and you grow up together for the longest. And just knowing him, and then when it was first reported that he was missing, I don't know if I don't. Of course, I ain't gonna believe I was the first to get it. Okay, but just saying within the first what I believe 72 hours within the day they say he was missing the 16th. Um, I knew he has a very close knit family. Of it, they're very close knit. One of his elders recently passed, and I'm gonna speak about them later on in this conversation. But let me first cover the synopsis I'm giving first. It's a very close knit family. So I just knew it wasn't one of those things like he was sitting up in a friend's house, laughing. Now if really the picture that you see is really the person like that, If that was a book cover and what you see and would judge it, it actually would match. Like you could judge that picture by what you see. He was a very good child, very humble. Um, like I said, he was raised very, very well. Oh gosh, I hope this ain't no. And that he was in the band doing cymbals. He did. He had. I'm sure. Balanced reservations about himself, which all that don't matter as long as you don't mean no harm to nobody. And also like I said, go back to the previous video, the one with the young boy on the moon. Where I also spoke about in that video, and I spoke on a video before that, estimating his birth sign. And yeah, I got it because I put all fire signs with it. But I was saying that if he was a Leo, that he was more of a Leo Virgo cup. And actually, he is April 8th of 2002, which would have made he made 20 this year. And it was during Pisces season on March 2nd, 2022, which his body was found in a brook or a pond. Now, the time before his body was found, and they said that they had got there and already searched the area. And I'm not sure what the temperatures were at that time. I'm not even recall it. And so they found his body approximately 2.5 weeks later from that day approximately. So the day they found him, which I believe was a Wednesday afternoon, they found the body. They confirmed it on the next day. And I believe the day of the 16th that they're saying that he went missing was a Wednesday. So it went from Aquarius into Pisces season. They're saying that there was not any trauma to the body. I don't know the exact ruling on the body at this per aware. If it's going to be inconclusive. So maybe we may be discussing this a year from now, because I'm sure that family is going to do the 1 year anniversary. Because the elder, I believe, is coming up in the fall. Maybe Sagittarius. Yeah, so let me finish this here up. So I was out on a trip, and I was taking a long trip, and I was on the transit, and I saw this brook, and it was shaped like something like a pear or something like that. So it was a brook, pond, a lake, one of the words, and the word brook came to mind, and I was thinking about him, and all these downloads just came to mind. And this was around the 21st of February, around that time. And I know it was definitely before March 1st. And I was like, well, wow, I ain't got a pen and paper. And so when I saw the brook, the brook lake pond, I started thinking about him. And then the next thing I saw was 99. I said, oh, ooh. I said, wow. Then I saw like this like religious store coming up, and I was like, so many downloads was coming to mind. And then something like about a coyote or wolf, and something about that being a mark around where he would be found at. And I don't know any details. I'm just giving you all astro literature, really. So yeah, I don't know what would be the explanation of his body coming up, comparison to the temperatures from when they first looked, when he first was reported missing, till March 2nd. What was the change in temperatures at that time? And if you also know, another Aries, which I'm going to also combine it with this video, is Traci Braxton. She's also Aries. Of course, her passing was from esophageal cancer at the age of 50, and her birthday is the day after the first, Aries. The and also I did a previous video on another, which is the 16th of Aries, which is the one with the incident with the baby Kennedy, her mother. And 16 I've spoken about is a number of martyr. The number 8 represents Saturn. And I really before then I was like, oh well, I'm trying to really this child wouldn't be in the house just sitting there laughing, so this would have to be more of a possible hostage situation. I don't know, like I can't see him unless it was like icy and he slipped in the pond. But then he would be yelling for help. Like, I just really like knowing that child. I can't see him going into a lake and suffering that type of pain, whether it was water or fire, and not be yelling for help. So how nearby somebody would hear. Um, it's just wild. So this is going to be an inconclusive matter. I don't know the autopsy of this matter here. Oh. Hey, something I was having about questions about. I'm sure many are going to ask about body parts missing, especially with the previous Aaries video I did that was related to Kennedy. And then also on the 22nd, 2/22. Now I noticed he was found on March 2nd, 2022. Okay, now on February 2022, Xavier Johnson, there has not been any updates of that. They were saying he got in a car in the Baker area of Lavyland, which Baker and Zachary are about next to each other. They're both spooky-like places. I always felt spooky about it, but definitely before this incident, before Valentine's Day, I always said, ooh, something's about to go on around Slaughter Ethel. So I don't know if something has happened and didn't hit the news yet, or this was the situation. Slaughter Ethel is on the side across from Zachary in the Baker area. Definitely how much wood territory is over there. I wouldn't exactly recall all that right offhand, and I'm not gonna find out right off. If somebody else said, I'll report it back to you all on the channel, or someone can put it below. And I'm telling you, I had lost some notes before this here had came up. I was like, oh my goodness, I gotta get there and do some more notes. And I'm talking about I'm gonna do this here in a month and stuff like that. And I had like, oh God, I did not really want to start over. There has been, and then while he getting buried today, they got there and found another missing report. And I suspect this one here could be the Virgo Leo. That was missing. Virgo Leo cusp. Because I'm really feeling that they're a Virgo. If they're not a Virgo, they possibly a Taurus. I'm feeling more Virgo. Kaylin Johnson and her son Caden Johnson, which they say is a toddler, autistic toddler, which is missing, and she was 6 months pregnant. And I'm gonna do an additional video with this, with that behind this one here. Yes, I want to speak about his name, Donovan. I have a relative named Donovan, and I really do like that name. And also another Donovan that was a firefighter or something like that in one of those those community service or whatever y'all want to call them type of positions. They also passed during the same week of his body being found too, and their name was Donovan also. But I believe that may have been the Ascension Parish area. Yeah, but the name Donovan means hair chieftain, is Celtic, Irish, and American, and it also means strong fighter. So, like I said, he has a name that is, like I said, he was better known as DJ, which is a very popular people for Junior, or whether they, first and middle name DJ. Like I said, I'm definitely seeking for many others of you right now. Let me speak about Traci Braxton. The matter with that, I ain't gonna say it's a matter. It ain't nothing heavy upon me. Her birthday was the second of Aries season. And many are thinking that Tony's gonna get, but she already had her time, like during Whitney and Anita. Y'all think it's gonna be a second time around? I see her more so doing those Lifetime type of films. And of course, I'm not too well with Lifetime because I went directly in person to their studios along with A&E and they gonna tell me about write an email to them, which they didn't reply to it, about, definitely, being of support about my child being missing and the injustice, even when I had the evidence with the evidence I had at that time, with the matter of my child. I've spoken to y'all about having to change the devices. I have no updates on my son still. I don't know what condition he's in. There are parties that are going by there sending, and I'm just waiting for responses of them. I'm just waiting for responses of them. And I'm gonna do another video about Tyrese and whatchamacallit. I really don't see anything with Traci's passing, whatever you could try to mortify it or push the smush to it, of it really elevating any of them. It's like they've had their time. They're a market classic in museum. I don't see anything else rising up. If they didn't rise up, if they didn't rise up, I just don't see, like, right now it's just gonna be what it is. Ain't nothing about to go extra bloom. She's not gonna get back to that status. I mean, everybody like her classics. That's where people want to stay with her. With Tony. And so far with Tamar, she got her cult following. It is what it is. And the other sisters, but y'all see how they got there and wrote up about the other sisters? No, they only rolled up Tony and Tamar sisters. So why they just ain't say the Braxton sisters? Because all of them have had solo careers. They about all have their own identity and have been contributors of the Braxton show being what it is. Even though Tamar was like the lead and pop out catch her and Tony. Tony being just I guess ambassador, model, like the Statue of Liberty. And I like that. I can't think of the exact quote she said on Yana, but I did like that on Yana. And then the part with Tamar got there on I don't even remember anything Traci said on it, and I watched the show. When like I said, the part when Ayana got there and said she had draws older than Tamar, I was with Tamar on that. Woo! No, I wouldn't even want to feel like that. Okay, I wouldn't even want to feel like I got any pair of underclothes or older than Tamar. That was just too much, Yana. And yeah, well, someone else spoke on their video about Traci being like the outcast sibling, which is a Virgo, of the Motor City family. Let me say that. Which I have a video of one of the heirs of that family on this channel also. And somebody else did a video on it. If you find it or you want to know, I may reply about that. But it was definitely interesting. And yeah, that's what it was like. She was like the story of the ugly duckling. Their mother is a Capricorn. And then the Air Motor City family. There's 3 Halloween siblings. And the Capricorn are 2 Earth signs. So you got the Virgo and the Capricorn is with the Halloween ones, and the Virgo one is the outcast one. The Virgo seems to be more of a Gemini, Cancer cuz type. And that is what one of the heirs, the next generation, that's what they are. That's the popular one from that generation. Now, you may not understand me if you can't keep up with it or you don't know who I'm talking about. But I know what I'm talking about. Because there are those that understand what I'm saying. And I don't make everything for everyone to understand me because, hey, how much support you gonna get? So if you listen to this here, do touch that like several of the videos here. There are other videos on this channel. Then you all be running behind these celebrities that post videos and they get good algorithm, but give them a break and support the videos that are on this channel that are worth hearing. And especially from how much a lot of folks have stolen from me. I know I'm not work the algorithm, the like, share, engagement, proper engagement. And I also want to speak about the hashtag. So he had the hashtag bring DJ home. I'm the one I had first because everybody was using, like, when they say save their name, they was just using like the hashtag, like that name. My child hashtag from day one since been missing has always been ReturnJaquar. Has always been it. Now the person who took their campaign, and because the boring cabaret American Idol contestant, that's when they changed and they used the term bring. And when, because they had more of a fan base, even they refused to give me credit for it, refused to share my child, but sharing everybody else's child going, it's a long story I speak about on the other video. But I am the one that had the return, whether you know it or not. Here I'm updating and I'm speaking about it, communicating. The return started for me, then somebody else took it. Anybody could go to Instagram and do a hack of the June 24th live interview. I appreciate you very much. June 24th, I'll never forget that day because that's when it made 3 months of my child being kidnapped. And when I did a live interview with that American Idol contestant, which stole a lot of campaigns from me, along with having porno pages. Let's use that suspected. I can't exactly, that would take a lot of technical proving, but it's highly suspected, and it caused me not to be even stupid about it. They had porno pages, uh, following the story time, and then a lot of my campaign ideas were, what was in my story time was being used for their tribe, their clique, and themselves. And then they promoted it as their own, and then left my child out of it. So many folks talk that noise about, oh, well, this was what they'll do, such and such. But when I get there and speak out what such and such did, then they want me, like, try to minute, calm down and see the bigger picture, this and that. No, you don't mean that. So definitely, I'm encouraging you all to donate to the Cash App, to share the video. Praying is next to nothing if you're not doing the actual what you would want me to do if it was you, and what I have done. I'm not the person, such as the boring cabaret American Idol contestant, getting there. Oh, well, when it happens to me, that's when it first started. No, that's not happening. That with me. That's not me. That's not been me. Like I said, a lot of campaign ideas. Also, I am a contributor of Puzzle Ride. That link is on previous videos, and this video also not on Amazon. Not on Amazon. It's not before. No, can't buy it. And definitely stay tuned to the next video that I am going to do. I just wanted a brief touch about Traci Braxton. I don't have anything like I'm really feeling or picking up or much for me to pick into heavy about that matter. Tony Braxton had wrote a what you call it, memory or whatever she wrote on her page. So I don't want to use that like I don't care, but however, just to get this sentence, get the paragraph going, get the paragraph to closure. She was saying that she passed away Saturday, and she became, while it was snowing, she became a snowflake, and she had her sisters by her side. Oh, and okay. Did I finish the conversation off about the Motor City? So if you want to know what the zodiac sign of that, the mother, because I was speaking about Tracy's mother was a Capricorn, so one of the zodiac. Oh, I mean, the Motor City. Oh, I'm getting bust tired. Of the Motor City is Aries. Aries, a Taurus, somewhere around there. Hmm. April, May. It's one day, somewhere around there. But yeah, a lot of Aries is just happening from Aquarius on out. Um, this month makes a year that my child has been kidnapped from 811 Massachusetts. There, I believe they may call it area of Roxbury or something like that. Very similar to Justine Pelletier. Don't reply what you're praying, and don't say that you hope my day is good. That's very insulting. Very insulting. Listen to how these people that act like they lollipop dumb when they have something, they always able to get the most donations. Um, and I'm not saying it's for all or something recent or anybody that I'm specifically talking about. I'm just saying in general. And maybe, of course, when you could tell what I do, we'd be like, okay, she done met millions of people. And I have been a blog talk radio show host. And I have worked many types of occupations. And I don't mean anything not my, to say, I'm about to say nonprofit because I'm under, you be unappreciated and, disrespected, and you're not happy shares and royalties from it. So definitely you must support me directly. And then you won't have to question about, well, how this and how that. I will be speaking about the healing forces. And matter of fact, come to think about it, not just think about it, I've been got it wrote down, but just to pull it at y'all. And let's say burst this out because I've been said it in the beginning. That name protects star seeds, when they really are named numbers, star seeds. Healing rock star seeds. That name came based off that conversation. Like I said, whoever could get the Instagram hacking June 24th, whoever could do that. That name came from me. It is so much stuff that have been stolen, and when you delay or disturb, it it ain't no boundary for you. There's no peace for you, not a kidnapper. So those type of parties are Georgia Town remix. When you do anything where you steal from my input, an emergency group input activity, and I even got motherfuckers even got the nerve to say about you should have got a copyright. Well, if I'm discussing with that case, yeah, don't get mad when folks don't talk to you. They're reserved since we got to do copyright conversations before we speak, because we dealing with those type of hustling trans brokers and trans ones. Yeah, I have multi cross reference. Y'all get there and watch next.